you do what needs to do.
Do you think you're this type of person who has this proactivity, self-responsibility?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And you, who can I call you, by the way?
Okay, no problem. I like. I would define it as knowing how to accept everything that happens, good and bad, in my life, and begin self-responsibility, uh, self-responsible for my mistakes or successes. I think it's important to be responsibly by the things, all the things, I think.
Yeah, and is it something easy or hard for you to take this responsibility?
For me,
Yeah, what do you think?
it's knows about the what I did do and take responsible for ours, I think.
Yeah, yeah, because it seems sometimes that it's easier to say, oh, it was anybody's fault, you know, it was my boss, it was the weather, it was my, you know, my someone in my family. But when it comes to say it was my fault, I believe it can be a little bit hard because people are, how can I say, not proud exactly, but they don't like to be wrong. They don't like to admit they make mistakes, you know. So uh, I believe that self-responsibility is this when you acknowledge, when you recognize that you are not perfect, and sometimes, maybe frequently, depending on the context, you could be wrong, even if you didn't want to, but it's part of life. You can make a mistake at work, you can treat people badly without intention, like friends or people in your family, you know. So when you have this self-responsibility, you are okay. You recognize that and you admit you might be wrong and that you need to improve, you know. So I would say that it is related to this maybe self-knowledge a little bit. If you know yourself well enough, you can pay attention to your behavior or to the things you are acting badly or good, you know. So yeah, self-responsibility is you taking control over your life, and also sometimes it's not so good to do that because you make things you would like to do, you don't like to do, you know. And do you guys think that acknowledging our actions uh, can lead us to a greater life? Like all actions, good actions or bad actions, do you think having this sense of responsibility helps us some way? What's your opinion?
Yes, uh, yeah, because we stop in pushing yourselves and begin more responsible. Self-acknowledge also helps us a lot to grow, to recognize our mistakes, I think.
If you're blaming, yeah, if you're blaming other people, you don't have anything, like you don't need to do anything because it's not your responsibility. But if you say, oh, it is, you take action, you know. I agree with your thought. Very good. And you, well, go ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I believe that acknowledging our actions is essential to know what we need to improve, what we need to avoid, or even what we need what we don't can't or we can't, I mean, we can't repeat it because we can lead our attitudes and we can have a clear how can I say that, a clear way to follow, because I believe that we are all the time learning with our mistakes, and these mistakes bring us some insights, some ideas, or even experiencing. And I believe that these experiences can lead us to have a better future, to be a better father, son, my friend, or human being. And yeah, we are all the time have an evolution or maybe change our minds in ourself or thoughts. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah. And how do you learn this to be more responsible? Do you have like a trick or you just learn with life?
Yeah, the most part of the time, I just learn with the life, with my mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm all the time repeating my mistakes. Sorry, and yeah, I repeat that until I have a self awareness about oh man, I can't repeat this again. So I I s- I I start pay attention in my behavior, in my attitudes, and I try to be better in that situation, or in, I don't know, improving myself to avoid that mistake. I have a problem because I don't have a good memory, and I believe that this is the reason that I repeat many mistakes all the time. So nowadays I'm try to be better because I would like to be an example for my daughter, for my family. So I'm trying to improve myself.
Right, not only for you, but for other people. It's amazing that you mentioned that. Really good. And do you think you have things to improve as well? Your mic's off. You turn on. Okay.
I agree with you, Welcome, because we started to look at the life the another how to say vision. We can learn more about the things, I think.
Yeah, you guys are really wise. I have to learn from you. Thank you for the tips. And this is the next question. It is number 4. Sometimes people try to blame others for their mistakes. Why do you believe this happens? Oh, what do you think? Why people blame others?
It's much easier to blame the others people. It's much easier to accept the weight of the other than your own. It's hard to grow. You have to mature to understand that. It's not easy to come to that to understand. It's much easier to blame the others.
Definitely. Like,
Self-responsible is very difficult for many people, I think.
process, right? We want to escape sometimes, but it's not possible because eventually you have to work and you are responsible for the actions there. Or if you are a parent, you are also responsible for your kids. And if you have nobody, you are still responsible for paying your bills or doing anything, to survive or live in this earth. So yeah, we cannot escape from responsibilities. Not all of them, at least. What do you think, Elton?
Well, I hate this kind of behavior or attitudes. I believe that this is a lack of responsibility. And I don't know, but I know, uh, I know that a lot of people do that kind of thing. Sometimes the people have a fear to take responsibility, and sometimes it happens when the people uh, make something good because that that person don't want to take responsibility. But I believe that just us uh, are responsible for our future, for our activities, and yeah, I don't know, but I always take the responsibility. If I make a mistake or if I made a mistake, I go there and I say, "Oh, sorry, I I I did this wrong, but I wouldn't to do that because it happens. We are human and we are all the time making mistakes. We need to take responsibility of that and try to avoid and improve in this situation.
Yeah, like you said, you learn and you're not gonna repeat that again. And if you will, and if you do, maybe you're gonna change a little something. It's not gonna be the exact same mistake. No, could be a little different. I hope. Yeah. So let me see another question here. Okay, let's talk about a little bit more about personal experiences. Number 6, Elton, can you read this one and share your opinion?
Uh, has lack of self-responsibility ever caused you trouble? If so, what happened? Well, I believe that I have a trouble with the lack of responsibility in study, my study life, because sometimes when I need to do or study something hard, I try to avoid that. I don't know, but sometimes I I go there and I don't do that, but I try to do something else easier than that task or subject that I need to study. And sometimes I have this problem. I'm trying to improve in this way. And yes, just that.
Like at work, or have you ever experienced like not a scold, but anything negative from the boss or manager, or is it okay for you?
Yeah, it's okay. Just on my study life.
Only hurting yourself, right? I get it. And you,
Uh, yes. Well, that's the problem, but I think it's a problem when we, uh, I forgot the school work, I forgot an invitation, if inviting to with the address, forgot a briefcase of material, but I've hours being responsible and that with the consequences, it was me, I forgot, so sorry. But I think uh, uh, by myself, for the problem, self self responsibility. I think it's the problem when I forgot something, and people, let's say, acaba tirando barato. But that's it.
What does this expression mean? Tirar barato? I don't know. This, what does
I
it
don't
mean?
know.
You can say in Portuguese. I'm not familiar with this. Like tirar barato, it means like take advantage, tirar vantagem.
Acho que sim. Quando a pessoa acaba é, vendo o meu problema como assim, ou eu ter esquecido isso foi um problemão que vai causar aquele problema para mim, às vezes pode ser só foi esquecimento, não foi porque eu quis afetar alguém.
Ah, entendi. Maybe in Portuguese. It's very
Sorry.
in Portuguese as well. No, because I didn't know this expression, so I had to ask you. No. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. In my case, right now I'm not able to remember, but probably something in college or work. I don't think so because I'm always afraid that I'm gonna be fired, so I try to be very, very correct with all procedures I do, but there are mistakes, but aren't because of self-responsibility, I'd say. Maybe it's more related to lack of knowledge or lack of experience, better saying, because, when you are working with something, it's new, you can make these mistakes. It's not good, it's not pleasant, but it happens. But not because I was, oh, I don't care about this. No, it was because I I failed, at that moment. It was not my best moment at work. Yeah. Okay. Would you guys like to choose a question we can discuss, or we can just move on to following the sequence?
Go ahead.
We can continue.
Okay, Lu, would you like to read the question number 7 and answer?
Is there connections between personal responsibilities and the meritocracy? When we put in the effort, we learn and we receive, and I believe they are the credit of the efforts. I think when we when we put in the effort, I think we can how to say, I think change the things for us.
So, in your case, you believe in meritocracy. You think it is something
I think in many things
real.
because when we sorry, I think when I did some things, when I do some things for many people or for or in my job, when I do hair and I put many energy, good energy, I think I received, my clients will like my job. I think it is good. You understand?
Yeah, you're gonna receive the reward for your action. Thanks, we're gonna feel like it's worth it. You did something good and you received something good
Yes.
in return. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. And Elton, go ahead. What's your opinion? Do you agree, disagree? Everybody's wrong. Go ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree. For me, there is a connection between both. I believe that the personal responsibilities make or take you to be better in your, I don't know, personal life, your organization, your in every areas of your personal and professional life. And the meritocracy uh, is the is when you get the success, when you have a good ability, and this is a for me this is a reflection about your personal life, your personal responsibilities, because I believe that the responsibility is some kind of soft skills that bring you some benefits. Uh, and yeah, I believe that it can't have one if without the other. So I believe that they both walk together side by side.
Yeah, it makes sense. I not like it. Meritocracy for me is a tricky subject because I agree that, for example, your actions have results, negative or positive, but when we generalize, for me it's a little bit unfair to
Yeah,
generalize because there are multiple situations and it's not, in my opinion, it's not only you, the only person. We are depending on other people in a way that, for example, sometimes to study, you need a drive because you don't have money to, I don't know, to pay for the bus, or you need someone to cook for it because you don't have the time. There are a lot of factors, So I agree that you have a huge responsibility over everything that happens in your life, but I try to not put all pressure on myself. But it happens anyway, So I believe it is important to find this balance between
yeah,
what
exactly
I can
that.
do and
Yeah.
can see that Marco has joined us. Marco, do you need anything? Did you lost your connection? Let us know. Okay, if you decide to talk, you can you can do so. Okay, you can type here, and I'm gonna know you are available. Let's go to the next question. Number 8. Do you prefer number 8 or number 9? Which one?
Yes, 8.
For me,
Uh,
Cool.
okay.
have you ever found yourself coming up with excuses for your unfortunate impacts? Uh, yes, but for me, when I pretend to study or when I procrastinate, when I don't take care of my health the right way in my diet, it's not good.
And do you remember any excuse? For example, oh, I didn't go to the doctor because I was tired. Do you have this type of excuses?
When I eat bad eats, let's say, sair da dieta, not for to, how to say, emagrecer, for my health, né? Deixa eu colocar aqui, para a saúde, for my health, not for a skill, etc. notes for lose age, for health only.
That should be the reason, right? Instead of fitting in the patterns of beauty, I don't know, standards, beauty standards. Yeah.
I
And
think
you're
that
welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you, Luciana, but I believe that the biggest problem is the lack of attempts. So sometimes we just have a plan, but we don't put that plan in action, and it it's everything good if you fail, you have an unfortunate attempt, but like I said, the problem is when you don't try. You just look at some goal, and you don't give the first step. You don't give the right effort to try to achieve that achieve that. And for me, this is a big problem. So like my mother always said to me, the no we already have it. We need to go and try to get the yes.
Yeah, for sure. But it was laughing because I remember that now on the internet people say go after humiliation, especially
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it's flirting or if you wanna talk to someone you like it, So
yeah. I like to say that in Portuguese.
yeah, but hopefully no humiliation, just the yes, right? Yeah, I believe that um, sometimes especially going to the gym, that's something I really don't like it, but it is necessary. So whenever I don't feel like going, I'm an expert in making the excuses, but I know I have to change. So I am just making this confession over here. It's not easy for me to compromise, no, to commit actually, to be there every day and do what I have to do. Do you like to go to the gym, guys? Is it something that you
Yeah,
enjoy?
I I like to go to the gym, but this month for me was the worst because I procrastinated a lot. I created a lot of excuses to stay at home. But today, I believe that today I started a new plan, and I would like to go to the gym all the week. And yeah, let's see.
I don't like Elton for the gym, going to the gym, but I like to practice exercise in my home. I practice
Good.
uh, 4 or 3 times per week, and I walk in the street. I like that.
Yeah,
I that
it's
yes,
it's
I like
okay. I believe that the most important is you move your body.
yes, of course. I only don't like gym because uh, the so much people. I don't have patience. Oh God. Do you like Sarah?
I don't
No.
like it. I like to dance in my
Why don't?
house.
I like dance too.
But I'm ashamed to dance in front of people.
I
I believe,
by the way, I'm taking swim classes every Sunday, and I'm doing a search to start a dance class as well because I I'm very shy as well, and I believe that it can help me to, I don't know, be more flexible. And
Yes.
yeah, I believe that it's good because you have more confidence. I don't know.
Yeah. Was thinking
So
about
you
theater
are
as well,
you
like
are a
improvise.
professional dancer?
I wish. Just enthusiast.
Ah, no.
Just like it.
Okay.
But
I
thanks
like.
for the comment. Maybe it is a positive comment. I look like professional dancer, maybe. I don't know. I like to think so. Okay. Let me see. Let's go to question number 10 to finish this conversation. What strategies do you apply to avoid feeling overwhelmed by all responsibilities you have? We have to take them, but at the same time, it's a little bit heavy or hard sometimes, you know. So, how do you handle this?
I try not to feel quickly, and I do meditations. I try not to suffer with that didn't work, and is that.
Does that work well for you? These tips?
Sorry.
Does it work for you? Meditation, trying to not
Yes,
suffer.
work. I I I I don't suffer with that didn't work. You understand?
Yeah. Okay.
But meditation works very well for me.
But can you focus? Stay silent because for me, my head is going places, you know. Can you focus?
At the start,
Meditate.
happened with me, but
Okay.
when I try, and it's work. Not easy, but it's very good.
So don't give up. It's your tip about meditation. Makes sense. And you're welcome. What do you do in this case?
Mm, well, I believe that the exercise, the workout helped me a lot because in that time I can stay away from the computer. I can refresh my mind and change my thoughts. And I like to do something new on weekends, like travel, go out with some friends. So nowadays I'm not that kind of guy that stay all the time in front of the computer. I'm a software developer, so I need to study a lot. But I'm trying to have a balance in my life, in my professional and personal life. And yeah, all the time with my family. Uh, and sometimes I give me the chance to procrastinate a little bit because we need that. We need to take our time. We need to relax. And yeah, I believe that procrastinate sometimes is part of the process. So we need to relax and enjoy more the moments and have in mind that the most important is the constants to achieve the success.
Yeah, it's a challenge that
Yeah,
sometimes you want to try, you want to do anything, but the thing, like you mentioned, oh, I have something hard. I'm gonna search for other tasks that I could, oh, I'm doing something, but it's not the most important thing I should have been doing, you know, so.
yeah. I believe that when we stay bitolado with something, we have a easier, we get sick easier because we just think of that in that, and you need to take our time, take a breath, and just trust the process.
It's amazing advice, actually. I'm starting like a new job and I'm not taking pauses because oh my God, I have to learn, I have to absorb all of this, you know, and you just gave me something to think. I need to not procrastinate, but maybe take a break, you know. I take pause just to go to the bathroom, but maybe I could, I don't know, walk a little in the room, you know, and try to relax my mind mostly. Because the body is not so tired, but the mind is, oh my gosh, it's a lot of information you have for me. Yeah. And Joel, what do you think about procrastination? Do you procrastinate as well?
I I I procrastinations many times in my life, but I try to change the routines. The TNT helped me a lot with them because I started to study more in English. I needed to prepare the class. I need to study other things, and they helped me a lot with the sair da procrastinação. Because I try another things. I think não posso falar. Você começa a fazer uma coisa, as outras começam a fluir, né? Acho bem legal.
Take the first step and then the others are just appearing. You're gonna think more about this. É o primeiro passo e os outros vêm. Dois atos para falar português. Little bit. Just a pause.
No problem.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna call the others back. Do you have any other comments, anything you'd like to say about this topic?
I don't know.
Beautiful words. I don't know. It's how we learn, you know. No, thank you for this conversation, guys. I hope you liked it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can see Isa and Elias were alone. Like not alone because they had each other, but my intention was to have two people, so sorry about that. But how was the
No problem.
conversation?
The conversation was very great. We talked a lot. We can finish all the questions. It's very good. Very good, the conversation with Isabel.
I like to. It's very interesting. And we talk about all the topics, so it's very interesting to understand the point of view of Elias and pass off all questions too.
And what was the best part for you, Isabel? Anything specific that you liked?
Well, I think me and Elias, we have the same opinions about the most of the topics, so it's interesting to know that and talk about that too. And about self-responsibility, I think we understand the different contexts, for example, personal and professional life, and some specific activities or responsibilities that you need in this both contexts. So we talk about this both too.
Yeah, it's always a mix, right? The personal and professional life are walking together in a sense. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining and for sharing about your experience. And hello, the others are also back, Anna, Bianca, and Bruno. Who wants to share about this? Please, somebody shares. How was this conversation? One person at a time.
Well, I will start, right? I think, in my opinion, the conversation was awesome. You know, Anna and Bianca, they are amazing. We were sharing a lot of experiences that we had, you know, not just in professional but personal lives also, you know. And the questions were like crazy, really good questions, because it made us think a lot, you know. And sometimes we need to, there are people that like to transfer the responsibility to others, you know, and there are people that recognize the mistakes that they did and try to be like try to make better in the next time, you know. So to sum it all up, it's like this: there are two kinds of people, you know. One kind is that take the responsibility, and the others like to, you know, to find a guilty, you know. So yeah, basically that's it.
Yeah, I think it's more comfortable to say, oh, it was anybody's fault but mine. I
Yeah,
can see
exactly.
your point. Thank you so much, Bruno. Bianca, I have a question for you. Number 9. Do you think you are the main responsible for your happiness?
Yeah, I think people could help more. But I think that I am the main responsible for my own happiness. And I think that every day I'm trying to running for this this happiness, this little happiness that we have during the day, I think. But about this whole question, and the question that I made for Ana and Bruno, is why it's so difficult to take the guilt, to admit that we make a mistake. For example, sometimes it's to afraid to get fired at the job, but in the general, why it's so difficult? And with Bruno and Ana, I learned a little bit how to handle with this situation, how to handle more with this situation. I'm not the only one in this kind of situation. I could see it, but too, how to handle with this kind of moments. It was really nice, this question, Sarah. Thank
Awesome,
you.
I'm glad to know. Thank you for coming. Always a pleasure having you here. And Anna, she was talking about your conversation. Can you comment anything you liked about it? Just to finish.
For each conversation, I learn a little bit, okay? And I knew how can I say? And I knew so good persons that I love to talk about everything. And sometimes I speak something that I don't talk about to another person. And then I'm, I'm calm to be, oh, so sorry. Bruno, I don't ask sorry, okay? Because I forgot the word.
Yeah.
How can I say? I can speak every time about everything in this place because we don't have a judge, okay? And some subjects that I don't talk to another person, I can talk here. And this subject today, it's an example of it because it's a problem to me to work with persons like these examples that have something wrong and guilt you. It's your fault and did something to lay off the job or something like this. Okay, and all my time, all my professional life, I learned persons like this, and I thought that I don't like women persons. I prefer my dog. And then in the talk and talk, I think that it's not true. There are some persons so good like Bianca, Bruno, Isabel that I talk to another conversations. You, Sarah, and I think that we can change ourselves with these conversations, okay? And it's a therapy. And I feel so light when the conversation's over. I like so much to these conversations and talk about these different topics. it's a learning for me and for my life. And
Amazing.
I'm so nervous, but I mean a little bit minus nervous than the other class, okay?
It gets better and better, the more you come here.
Yes. In
Yeah.
the final of the year, we don't have a problem with this.
Yeah, that's the goal. Thank you. It was the best feedback we could get. I'm gonna say goodbye for now because we have another immersion coming up. Okay, thank you guys so much. The survey, please answer it, share, give us some feedback, okay? And see you next week or in other immersions around here, okay?
Okay.
Take care, guys.
Thank
Bye,
you,
Bye-bye.
guys.
guys.
Thank you
Have a
very
good day.
much. Bye bye.